the Lenovo Legion Pro 5i, Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12, Microsoft Surface Laptop 7, Asus Zenbook S16, UM5606, and Asus ProArt P16 are the most popular laptops for data science of 2025. But which is the absolute best? We're going to compare them to each other and score them in various categories, with some categories holding more weight than others. In the end, we'll decide which is the best one based on the final score, and we will declare the absolute winner. Let's dive in. First, we are going to compare them on the performance category, which has a multiplier of 2. The Lenovo Legion Pro 5i delivers impressive gaming performance with its Core i7 14650HX processor, scoring 1,926 points in single-core and 14,707 points in multi-core Geekbench tests, making it a solid choice for intensive tasks. However, I noticed some thermal throttling during extended workloads. Though the cooling system manages to keep temperatures under control, 7 out of 10. The ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12 with its Core Ultra 7 processor achieved a Geekbench 6 score of 2,285 single-core and 11,638 multi-core, which I found quite modest compared to competitors, though it handled local AI tasks remarkably well. During my testing, I experienced consistent performance under stress, but it falls short against similarly priced alternatives, 6 out of 10. The Surface Laptop 7 Snapdragon X Elite XE18100 chipset impressed me with its Geekbench 6 multi-core score of 14,520, outperforming many competitors in its class. While using it, I noticed the mediocre SSD speeds of 2,800 megabytes per second read and 2,130 megabytes per second write, but the overall system responsiveness remained snappy throughout my testing, 8 out of 10. The Zenbook S16 equipped with Ryzen AI 9 HX 370 showed remarkable capabilities, outperforming the MacBook Air M3 in Geekbench tests and completing our video transcoding test in just 5 minutes and 8 seconds. During my daily use, I found it exceptionally capable at handling multiple tasks simultaneously, though the slower 908 megabytes per second SSD transfer speeds did occasionally create noticeable bottlenecks, 9 out of 10. The ASUS ProArt P16 with its Ryzen AI 9370 HX processor delivered outstanding performance in creative applications, and I was particularly impressed by its ability to handle complex video editing tasks without breaking a sweat. While testing various creative workflows, I noticed that it maintains consistent performance even under heavy loads, though it doesn't quite match the raw power of some Intel alternatives, 9.5 out of 10. The ASUS ProArt P16 takes the crown in performance with 9.5 points, thanks to its exceptional creative workload handling and consistent performance under pressure, making it the ideal choice for professional content creators. Next, we are going to compare them on the storage capacity category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The Legion Pro 5i comes with a measly 512 gigabytes of storage, which feels incredibly tight when installing modern games and applications. I constantly found myself uninstalling games just to test new ones. However, the drive itself is surprisingly fast, and there's a spare NVMe slot for future expansion, which somewhat makes up for the limited capacity, 6 out of 10. The ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12 ships with a 1TB SSD that provides ample space for business applications and documents. The storage performance is solid for everyday tasks, though not particularly outstanding compared to some competitors in this price range, 7 out of 10. The Surface Laptop 7 offers configurations up to 2 terabytes of storage, with the actual usable space being an impressive 1,860 gigabytes after system files. I found the storage speeds to be consistently reliable for both content creation and general productivity tasks, 8 out of 10. The Zenbook S16 comes with a 1TB PCIe 4 SSD that strikes a nice balance between capacity and speed. During my testing, file transfers were consistently smooth, and I never felt constrained by the storage space, making it a solid choice for its price point, 8.5 out of 10. The ProArt P16 impressed me with its storage options, offering up to 2 terabytes of blazing fast SSD storage that handled everything from 4K video editing to large file transfers with ease. The base 1TB model provides excellent value, and the upgrade path to 2 terabytes makes it incredibly versatile for creative professionals, 9 out of 10. The ProArt P16 takes the crown in storage capacity with 9 points, offering not just generous space, but also the flexibility and performance that creative professionals need for their demanding workflows. Next, we are going to compare them on the graphics processing category, which has a multiplier of 1.5. The Lenovo Legion Pro 5i packs a punch with its NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 GPU, delivering impressive frame rates in demanding games like Red Dead Redemption Division 2 and Far Cry 6. However, it can get a bit warm during extended gaming sessions, which might affect long-term performance. I'd give it a solid 8 out of 10 for graphics processing. Moving on to the Lenovo ThinkPad X, one Carbon Gen 12, it's equipped with Intel Arc graphics, which is a step up from the previous generation's Iris Xe. While it handles everyday tasks smoothly, it's not quite up to par with dedicated GPUs for intensive graphics work or gaming. I'd rate it 6 out of 10 for graphics processing. The Microsoft Surface Laptop 7 surprised me with its gaming capabilities, despite not being marketed as a gaming laptop. It handled casual games well, and even some demanding titles like Call of Duty. Warzone were playable at reduced settings. Considering its non-gaming focus, I'd give it a respectable 7 out of 10 for graphics processing. Now, the Asus Zenbook S16 5606 impressed me with its integrated graphics performance. I was able to play Shadow of the Tomb Raider at 27 FPS on the highest settings at 1080p, which is quite remarkable for integrated graphics. However, it still falls short of dedicated GPUs for serious gaming or graphics work. I'd rate it 7 out of 10 for graphics processing. Finally, the ASUS ProArt P16 blew me away with its NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4070 GPU. I experienced smooth gameplay in No Man's Sky at 30 FPS, and the vibrant graphics looked stunning on its OLED display. Its performance in creative applications was equally impressive, making it a versatile powerhouse. I'd give it a near-perfect 9 out of 10 for graphics processing. The Asus ProArt P16 takes the crown in this category with its score of 9, thanks to its powerful RTX 4070 GPU that excels in both gaming and creative tasks. Next, we are going to compare them on the RAM size category, which has a multiplier of 2. Starting with the Legion Pro 5i, I've been impressed by how it supports up to 64 GB of RAM in a dual-channel configuration, which is plenty for intensive data science workloads. However, the base model comes with just 16 GB, and upgrading later will require opening up the laptop, though the process is straightforward with just 10 screws to remove. 7 out of 10. Moving to the ThinkPad X, one Carbon Gen 12, I found the soldered memory to be a major limitation, since you're stuck with whatever configuration you choose at purchase, though it does offer up to 64 GB of LPDDR 5x6400 memory. The lack of upgradability really hurts its versatility for future-proofing your workflow. 6 out of 10. The Surface Laptop 7 comes with a generous 32 GB of RAM in the configuration I tested, which handled multiple data science applications smoothly. While it performed admirably in my multitasking tests, the memory isn't upgradable, which could be a limitation for some users. 8 out of 10. The Zenbook S16 maxes out at 32 GB of RAM, which might seem limiting compared to the 64 GB offered by some competitors. Still, I found it perfectly capable of handling complex datasets and multiple applications simultaneously, and the memory performance was notably snappy. 8.5 out of 10. The ASUS ProArt P16 really shines with its memory configurations, offering up to 64 GB of RAM. And in my testing, it handled everything from massive datasets to multiple virtual machines without breaking a sweat. The base model starts with a respectable 32 GB, and the memory performance was consistently excellent across all my testing scenarios. 9 out of 10. The ASUS ProArt P16 takes the crown in the RAM category with 9 points, thanks to its perfect balance of capacity and performance, proving that sometimes the professional-grade option really is worth it. Finally, we are going to compare them on the battery life category, which has a multiplier of 2. The Lenovo Legion Pro 5i barely manages 2 hours and 50 minutes of regular use, which is even shorter than its previous generation. Quite disappointing for a modern laptop. While it does charge incredibly fast, going from 0 to 100% in just an hour, the battery performance is simply inadequate for any serious mobile use. 3 out of 10. The Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 12 impressed me during testing, with up to 12 hours of moderate usage, handling intensive programs, while still lasting an entire workday. Though it's not the absolute best in class, the battery life is reliable enough for professional use without constant charging anxiety. 7 out of 10. The Microsoft Surface Laptop 7 absolutely stunned me with its incredible 15 hours and 44 minutes of continuous web browsing, barely edging out even the MacBook Air M3. I found it refreshing to finally see a Windows laptop that can match Apple's battery prowess, though it still falls short of Microsoft's ambitious 20-hour claim. 8 out of 10. The Asus Zenbook S16 delivered an impressive 11 hours and 33 minutes in video playback tests, which is remarkable considering its high-performance components and gorgeous OLED display. While not the absolute champion, I was particularly impressed by how it maintained consistent performance even while running on battery power. 8.5 out of 10. The Asus ProArt P16 managed around 8.5 hours in web browsing and 11 hours in video playback, showing solid endurance for a creator-focused machine. Despite its powerful components, I found it outlasting competitors like the XPS 16 and Yoga Pro 9 i16. though it does slow down considerably when unplugged, 9 out of 10. The ASUS ProArt P16 takes the crown with 9 points by striking an impressive balance between power and efficiency, proving that you don't need to sacrifice performance for battery life in a creator-focused machine. The results of our comparison show each product shines in its own way, but the ASUS ProArt P16 stands out with its score of 82. This powerhouse of a laptop delivers exceptional performance in every metric, excelling in areas like graphics processing, RAM size, and storage capacity, while also providing impressive endurance in battery life. Using the ProArt P16 felt like handling a device that truly caters to creative professionals and data scientists alike. Whether I was editing high-resolution videos or running complex datasets, the ProArt P16 handled everything with ease, affirming its position as the best laptop in our lineup for 2025. Turning our attention to the other contenders, the Asus Zenbook S16 impressively followed with a score of 75.25, showcasing adept multitasking capabilities and enduring battery life. The Microsoft Surface Laptop 7 wasn't far behind, scoring 70.5 and offering remarkable battery efficiency that would be a boon for those needing extended hours on the go. The Lenovo ThinkPad X 1 Carbon Gen 12 scored 57.5, providing reliable performance for business users, but lacking in upgradability options. Lastly, the Lenovo Legion Pro 5 I scored a 55, excelling in gaming and offering potential expansion advantages with its storage design. Each of these laptops has its strengths and ideal use cases, demonstrating that no matter your priorities or budget, there's a competent choice available among these top contenders.